Marcellus, one of my favorite shows growing up was Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, yeah.
Because you spun the wheel, and regardless, more than likely, it was going to land on something promising, something you could, you could look forward to.
Not bankrupt?
Hopefully not.
Okay.
When I think about the Cowboys' failures, you could really spin the wheel, and you're more than likely going to land on somebody to blame. But who I'm going to land on is actually the players. Not Jerry Jones this time, not Mike McCarthy this time, not even defensive coordinator Mike Nolan. I'm going to land on the players. Why, Marcellus? Because these Cowboys players with the star on their logo, they cash in and then they check out. I don't blame Jerry Jones for paying who he's paid. I blame the players for getting their money and then taking off when it comes to performance. Let's talk about it first, because I'm going to really give y'all some nuggets here. DeMarcus Lawrence, he cashed in first, boy. He signed him a $100 million deal. Well, 2017, DeMarcus Lawrence, he was playing for a contract. He had 13.5 sacks. He got tagged. You're it. 2018, he was playing under the franchise tag. He still wanted that long-term deal.
Give me that.
Gave you 10.5 sacks. But then in 2019, after signing for $100 million, he only had 5 sacks. This year, top 20 highest paid defensive lineman. He's the only one who doesn't have a sack or QB pressure. Well, let's spin the wheel. Who's up next? Ezekiel Elliott. He cashed in, boy. Then he checked out. 2016, 17, 18, 101 yards per game, top in the NFL. 131 scrimmage yards, top tier in the NFL. But then he got paid before 2019. What happened? Yards per game down to 84.8. Down 2020, 68 yards per game. He leads the statistical category, Marcellus.
What's that?
I forgot to tell you.
Where?
He leads the NFL in fumbles lost. Spin the wheel. Who's up next? Amari Cooper.
Another one.
Cashed in,
Another
baby. 2018 and 19. 10% of the time he was catching the ball, it was going to be a tutty. It was going to be a touchdown. 14.5 yards of reception. But then he got paid $100 million, and now 37 receptions, but only 1 touchdown on the season? The problem, Marcellus, is that the players are cashing in and they checking out. So more than anybody, I got to blame some of these players.
Oh, I like that. You got a full screen of me up there? You know, I play for the Cowboys. I know all about Robin Jerry Jones. Let me just tell you that. The biggest issue in Dallas. Who's to blame in Dallas? I have to give you a bigger picture than you just gave us.
Please
you went where I'm going to go.
Go there.
I got to look at it from the macro perspective, 30,000 feet up. Stat-wise, we all know what's the most important stat in terms of wins and losses. Turnovers. What are the Dallas Cowboys? The most giveaways in the NFL. So stat-wise, we're going to go there. Let's talk about unit-wise, because you know how it goes. We have a team meeting. It's only like 5 minutes. The rest of the time, we break off into our factions. Defense, 32nd in points allowed. Okay, now let's get to what Coach always says. If you're going to call somebody out, use their name and number. Okay. I'm going to use his name.
Don't do it.
His name,
Don't do it.
Coach, is Ezekiel Elliott. And his number is 21. Now, why am I going to call out Ezekiel Elliott? Because this is going to be my flow chart. It all lands on Dak's feet, or Dak's shoulder, in terms of all the pressure that this team is putting on him. But let's see how it happens. Ezekiel Elliott in this full screen, I'm just going to give it to you like you did, but make it a little simpler. 2016, we got us a beast. Look at this rookie. This rookie out here cooking. 5.1 yards per attempt. Look at him now, 3.9. All right, whatever. Yards per reception. Look at him. A first down every time he catches the ball. Look at him now. Longest run, this is when you start losing your juice right here. Your spark plugs are not firing. You start seeing him 60 yards was his longest run. Now, 24. Ooh, that's a decline. 83, longest reception, now 19. And the worst part of it all is at the bottom. Percentage of offensive snaps. It has gone up. What am I saying in summation? The more usage that Zeke has, the less production they're getting out of him. You can talk about everyone else, but no one else has this in terms of the numbers. So this is how it works in flowchart. Dak Prescott's like, I got to go out there and have record-setting performances just because we have no balance in our offensive attack. Zeke, you're useless with the ball, or you're going to fumble the ball. What does that do? All of a sudden, time of possession. we're on the field a lot shorter than other teams because we're either fumbling the ball away or we're not doing anything with it in the running game. 31st in time of possession. What does that lead to? A tired-ass defense that's bad already, getting on the field too often, 32nd in points allowed, which falls right back on Dak, and he has to set records just to keep this team alive. It's unfortunate Dak's going to get the criticism, but it really needs to fall on number 21.
Marcellus, when I was in college, after every game, we would play on Saturday. On Sunday, we'd gather as a team at the football field, and we had to do up-downs. They were called NOSs.
Oh, I remember them.
Because NOSs, they stood for not our standard. So you would have to you'd get about 3, 4, 5 NOSs based on loafing or jogging to the football, and you'd have to run into the middle of the field and say, my name's Emmanuel Acho, number 18, and I had 3 too many NOSs. And coach would say, blow the whistle, down. Down. Okay, here's a problem, Marcellus.
I need to do some of them.
I got a bunch of Cowboys players that need to do some NOSs.
Give it to me.
Marcellus, there's a phrase, this you, and that phrase, this you, was undefeated. Cowboys defensive lineman Tristan Hill. Y'all remember against the Seahawks playing against Chris Carson? He gator rolls this dude. Don't worry, I'm going to show it to you again. The play is over, but you know what? You're smaller than me, so I'm going to abuse you illegally and hurt you. But Tristan Hill against the Cleveland Browns, is this you? Mano-y-mano. You squared up in the trenches. You taking on a lineman. Oh, I'm going to highlight it for the world to see because you got to put an address on it. And now you get thrown out the club like you wearing some Jordan and it's dress shoes only. That's you on your back? Here's my problem, Marcellus.
Give it to him.
I got to blame the players because the players not doing what they supposed to be doing. It's some coaches at fault, and if there's time, I'm going to get to that. It's ownership at fault, and if there's time, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of ownership on this blame pie here. But the players, bro, you got to play the game.
You got to play the game, and I'm glad we're not pointing upstairs. Jerry signed the checks.
Correct.
He thought y'all were going to take that as commitment and do your end of the bargain, and that's what's not happening. I got to stay focused, though, Ezekiel Elliott. Because Ezekiel, I listen. I have a pulse of the national conversation, and I'm not hearing Zeke's name as much. I keep hearing, Dak with those empty calorie yards. It doesn't translate. And Zeke just sitting there with his big old belly, feed me, feed me. I'm not feeding you when last year, every time you touched the ball, you would fumble 118th touch. This year, when I hand you the ball, you will fumble on the 31st touch. What does that tell me as offensive coordinator? Don't give him the ball that much because the ball's going to hit the ground. 2 100-yard games in the last 12. And then let's talk about the fact that, Ezekiel, last time we saw you in the playoffs, you let Dak down, you let the team down. 20 carries, 47 yards. Everyone keeps saying, no, give him the ball more. Trust me. They gave Zeke the ball 22 times in the first 2 weeks. Saw the production decline. Now that they're kind of coming back. 14 times, 12 times. We need to see Zeke eat the way that Zeke used to eat. Other than that, it's going to collapse on the Cowboys.
Real quick, one more spin.
Okay.
Because I got to blame Mike McCarthy real quick. I can't do this, but I can't go a whole block without talking about this man, Mike McCarthy, who tried to sabotage the Falcons game, going for 2 fake punts. Not 1, but 2, 1 in the first quarter. What are you doing? Mike McCarthy against the Browns in this game kicked the ball deep. You're down by 3. It's 41-38. You've come all the way back. Please don't squib kick. You squib kick, the Browns now get it at their 50. Because you get it at their 50, Odell Beckham can run a reverse. If you kick it deep and the Cowboys start at their 20 or 25, offensively, schematically, you can't run the reverse. The players are to blame, absolutely. But Mike McCarthy is a head coach. You know these pieces that you got. Players are to a degree a reflection of their coach. McCarthy, I need more out of him as well this coming Sunday.
Okay, since you want to lose your focus, I got to lose my focus a little bit. That damn defense, dog, it's going to kill him. It's going to kill him. Let me give it to you like this. Since you're last in points allowed, went back the last 5 years and looked at the teams that were last in points allowed. And how many wins did they have? 5 wins, 4 wins, 4 wins, 2 wins. Oh, 7 wins. That was Drew Brees almost thrown for 5,000 yards, 101 quarterback rating. Oh, I feel for you, Dak Prescott and these Cowboys. Fix the defense and come on, Zeke.